Welcome everyone. Today I have an updated version of the Path of Exile 2 Chaos Lich leveling build. So looking at behind me, a lot of requests has been looking into after level 70 and what is the fastest way for Lich to be leveling and also farming. Now, my friend Halfmind has been a little busy lately, but I also had a friend Paychak over here who has gotten to world rank number 60 with a level 96 Lich, which used a similar build in the past. So what we're going to do in this video is we'll look into the path for building guide of his setup that is a budget setup for the similar chaos leveling. And I have updated into the builder's guide from level 70 to level 90 and also plus. So let's have a look at a demonstration of Paychak's live stream together with his friend Yanni Scoopers over here as well. So let's have a look at his current setup in a fully modded tier 15 plus 1 to tier 16 map as a demonstration. And I'll briefly explain and also demonstrate the build with you guys. So right away, this is a similar Chaos Lich leveling build that uses Essence, Contagion, and also Ancestral. You can see that as he travels across the map, he will be debuffing enemies with Contagion, which will pass through monsters, and this pretty much melts them with Chaos damage. Because the Lich class and also Ascension have a lot of bonus extra chaos damage, this allows him to fully clear the map very quickly, especially with high density. The poison or the contagion will spread across monsters and they will die very quickly. Now here I do want to notice, this is a little trick my friend used in the stream I will not explain to you guys. He paused the game the moment he is in danger of dying because he's trying to preserve his life and not die because of death penalties to experience. So you might see in his streams that he might pause the game temporarily to see if he's in danger of dying, and this allows him to have a way of escaping death because he's trying to reach level 100 to race for the world leaderboard. And this is a cool trick you guys can use as well. If you're playing high content and if you don't want to be dying, you can quickly do this and, respawn a checkpoint and protecting yourself from dying. And coming back to the build, of course, you can see the build does a lot of AoE and also spreading damage with Contagion, together with the ability to use Essence Draw and also Dark Effigy against the boss. This build is great for tier 15, tier 16 mapping, leveling, and also speed farming. We can see that he has over 1,700 life, over 8,500 energy shield, and over 1,000 mana. The build itself is very simple and it doesn't require much of the combos and everything, and you can see with his budget version, you don't really need a 5-socket gem. So making this build more easily accessible for players after level 70, you can go stronger, but you can see there isn't that much need of becoming even stronger in terms of mapping. So this is a tier 16 map, and you can see most of the monsters are getting one-shotted the moment they get to you. And as for the rare monsters, they last for a few seconds longer, but that's not a problem. So jumping over to the boss. This is gonna be a new boss coming from the tower, and you can see our damage against the boss is not gonna be one-shotting. It is damage over time, and it will also tick up as the boss gets more weathering stack. And during this time, you can see that the boss's HP is going down very steadily. You can keep yourself very mobile together with summoning effigies and also dealing additional damage. Now, as the boss summons more monsters and also more minions, this is great for the build because we clear them super fast. And even though the damage is not going to be off the roof, the build has consistent damage against the boss. And you can see within 10 to 20 seconds, we're taking down the boss. One of the biggest highlights for the build is of course its ability to AoE clear and also its budget version, which can be more accessible to players. Now in the future, we're also looking to build and also combos, including a supporting Lich, including Lich summoners, and a variety of Lich build to showcase to you guys. So before jumping over to the builder's guide, I would like to say a shout out and also thank you to my friend Paychak over here, and he has been streaming and he has been trying a variety of Lich build with his Amazon friend over here. And if you guys want to check out his stream, I'll have the links available. He does have some really good endgame Lich build. He also have a YouTube channel should you guys want to follow him and also learn from him with various guides. He has been very nice posting a number of path of builder guide for his Lich, and in the future, if we get a chance, we can be also learning from his friend Yanni Scoop, who's also playing Amazon over here. So at the moment, he's using a supporting Lich with massive debuff to enemies and also bonus damage to his friend who's playing as Amazon. We'll be looking into those builds as well in the future. So coming over to Builder's Guide, I'll recommend you guys starting with the early game leveling setup, which is super cheap and also very accessible all the way up to level 70. My friend pretty much went self-found solo in the previous guide. So on this guide, you can see there are some changes. Let's briefly have a look at the skill gems first. So in terms of essence drop, you can see it is 4-socket with Swift Affliction, Considering Casting, Chain, and also Zenith. In terms of Contagion, it is combined with Magnify Effect, Unleash, and also Hinder. As for Dark Effigy, it is now combined with Arcane Tempo, Overabundance, and also Extraction. Over here, we also have Despair combined with Decaying Hex, Focus Curse, and also Impending Doom. Weathering Presence will allow us to debuff and also increase our chaos damage with more stacks. This is combined with Persistence and also Clarity for mana regen. You can always go with a second weapon swap for Blink for more mobility together with Ingenuity. So you can see the upgraded variant compared to the previous variant, it is still very budget and also cost efficient, and the links and everything is not going to be too expensive, and that is a goal for the leveling and also budget Lich build for the mid to the end game. Now briefly coming over to the skill passives, and then we'll go over to the gears. Now we can see with the latest variant, my friend Paychak over here has also went for internal life all the way over here with additional mana regen, and here we have the adjustment into enriched empowerment for 30% more damage. So previously we had the unholy strength over here, unholy might, so I think he opted for this one for even higher damage. Now, as we go through the passives, you can see most of the case we want increased chaos damage whenever we can find it, together with more increased chaos damage. We're also looking for more spell damage and also more intelligence together with energy shield. You can also see here we have additional stun threshold depending on the maximum energy shield, because stunning is a thing in the game for sure. And here you can see additional maximum energy shield, additional chaos damage leveling, additional chaos damage, intelligence, energy shield, and everything that's related to this particular setup. And over here, let's have a look at the juice of choice. You can see that we have increased energy shield percentage together with additional stun threshold equal to the percentage of energy shield. It might be a little easier if I come over here to show you guys the juice. You can see the choices of those two juice. He is taking additional energy shield and also additional energy shield recharge rate for more survivability. Do keep in mind, guys, again, this build is also tailored towards in survivability so that my friend can play safely and also push for higher levels, which he is currently pretty high level in the world in terms of Lich ranking. So now coming over to the items of choice, you can see that here he is using a wand, and this wand is focused on gaining additional ranks to chaos spells, of course. Then having additional chaos damage, additional spell damage is also great. Over here you can see he's also using a focus. Focus can also provide us with additional spell ranks together with some resistance and also tons of energy shield for survivability. In terms of energy shield, this unique helmet is also very popular. It can be corrupted for over 15% maximum life as extra energy shield. And the damage bypass energy shield is mitigated because of the Lich Ascension with eternal life. In terms of the chest piece, you want as high energy shield as you can together with tons of resistance. And as for the amulet, you do want tons of resistance, energy shield, life regen, and even spell ranks can work over here as well. But overall, you want higher energy shield for this build for survivability. As for the reins, you want a bit of chaos damage, a bit of resistance will be great. And you can see even some of the max life can also scale towards high energy shield. For boots, you want mobility, a bit of rarity for additional loot, and also tons of energy shield together with some resistance. And this is also the case for the gloves. Should you have any missing stats like dexterity or strength, you can also find those over here. Now overall, one of the biggest highlights for this build is you don't need the perfect gears, you don't need the perfect stats. As long as you have the initial stats that you can see over here with additional skill ranks, movement speed, resistance, life, energy shield, and then moving over to this budget setup, you can see that you don't even need 5 sockets to make the build work. So briefly going through the skill rotations of this build, it is quite straightforward. You are moving forward and you try to group enemies together. And once we group enemies together, we can be casting Contagion and those will spread onto enemies. You can also cast your Essence Draw together with Dark Effigy against elites and also stronger monsters, but most of the time they die rather quickly through damage over time, and this allows you to have a very mobile and also very speedy clear. You can run past the monsters, which might not be recommended because they still face charges you, or you can kite them towards you, group them up, and then taking them down together. Now in terms of the boss fight, the build is actually quite mobile. You can constantly be debuffing bosses with Contagion and also casting your spells while waiting for your Weathering debuff to stack up to 50%, and then this will increase massively of your damage dealt against the boss. Now when the boss summons or if the bosses cast anything, scary, you can be moving around while doing damage over time. So you can see that build does have consistent damage. Now, because your biggest survivability tool is going to be Energy Shield, you do want to avoid taking damage and getting your Energy Shield to be recharged. So learning the boss mechanics will help for this build in terms of survivability. Now, hopefully you guys enjoyed this updated version of the Lich endgame leveling build. Big shout out to my friend Paychak again, and thank you to him for sharing this one. I'll be looking towards in learning new builds and also different variants for the Lich and also other classes in the future. What I'll do is I'll provide you guys with a short demonstration of the replays to demonstrate the build and its effect, but I also strongly recommending coming over to my friend's Twitch channel to be asking questions and also learning the build together. He has lately changed into a supporting Lich, but he does have previous builds guide and also previous streams which included this leveling Lich all the way up to level 90 plus. And again, coming back to his YouTube channel for the latest update. Now hopefully you guys found today's video helpful. Again, a big thank you to everyone on YouTube, especially our supporters and also those of you guys who's been supporting me on Patreon as well. And we do have a new feature on the Mattjestic YouTube channel. If you click onto this, you can become a member. Yes, I've added this just recently, and this will allow you to have early access to videos that is posted a few hours or even half a day earlier if you want to watch those videos a little early. But yes, this will cost money. So please be aware the membership will cost money. And if you do want to watch videos normally, those videos will still be available after 6 to 12 hours, normally on the time we post those videos. And I'll be aiming to post at least one Path of Exile video a day. And this will be including guides, tips, news update, and also the latest tricks that is discovered on both the English and also Chinese community to keep you guys updated. And if you like those videos, make sure you leave a nice comment and also leave a like for those videos. Now, before we finish, if you guys haven't subscribed, this is a really good time to do so because I'll be looking into the latest Path of Exile 2 news on different communities and also on our official forum, official webpage. I'll also be looking into the best build for each of the class as the meta develops with the Chinese and also the English community. So stay tuned for the latest update and also guides for Path of Exile 2. And of course, this is gonna be a big month for us. And I'll try to bring you guys all of the latest content and also guides for Path of Exile 2 to come.